What if one of the biggest health myths of the last 50 years was the idea that butter is dangerous, but industrial vegetable oils are heart healthy? What if the fats people were told to avoid are actually more stable than the oils now dominating the modern food supply? And what if some of the healthy fats you're eating every day are quietly contributing to inflammation, metabolic dysfunction, and cardiovascular risk? Hi, Dr. Scott here, and today I have an important health tip for you. Today we're talking about seed oils, linoleic acid, inflammation, and why the fat story may be far more complicated than most people realize. For most of human history, people weren't eating soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, or industrial fryer fats. These are modern products of industrial food processing. Instead, traditional fats came from animal foods, dairy, fish, occasional nuts and seeds, seasonal whole foods. That's a huge shift. And when chronic disease rates exploded, the fat landscape changed dramatically too. Seed oils are rich in omega-6 fats, especially linoleic acid. Now let me be clear, your body does need small amounts of omega-6 fats. The issue is not zero exposure, the issue is chronic overload. Because these fats are now everywhere, restaurant food, salad dressings, sauces, chips, crackers, frozen meals, protein bars, processed snacks, even people who eat healthy may be getting far more than they realize. Here's where it gets interesting. Different fats behave very differently. Saturated fats, like butter, ghee, coconut oil, and beef tallow, are chemically stable. Polyunsaturated fats have multiple double bonds. That makes them fragile. More likely to oxidize, especially under heat, frying, repeated restaurant use, industrial processing, and oxidized fats may contribute to oxidative stress and inflammatory signaling. So maybe the better question isn't, how much fat am I eating? Maybe it's, what kind of fat is becoming part of my cells? This is where things get controversial. People hear healthy fats and assume unlimited amounts are fine. But concentrated intake of nut butters, trail mix, seed crackers, nut flours, processed health snacks can push omega-6 exposure much higher. That doesn't mean nuts are bad, it means dose matters. Even olive oil deserves nuance. It's very different from soybean oil. But more unsaturated fat is still more unsaturated fat. Always remember that when it comes to the fats in your diet, both quality and quantity matter. This is one of the most overlooked ideas in nutrition. You are what your food eats. Chickens and pigs store dietary fats directly. So when they eat corn and soy, their tissues become higher in omega-6 fats. That means conventional. Chicken, pork, eggs may have very different fat profiles compared with pasture-raised versions. Ruminants like cows and lamb are different, which is one reason sourcing matters. Now, let's talk about cholesterol. For years, the story was simple. Saturated fat raises cholesterol, cholesterol causes heart disease. But modern cardiometabolic science is much more nuanced. We now know heart disease involves inflammation, oxidized LDL, endothelial damage, insulin resistance, blood sugar dysfunction, metabolic syndrome. So the question becomes, what damages arteries in the first place? Because cholesterol alone doesn't explain everything. And chemically speaking, saturated fats are far less prone to oxidation than fragile polyunsaturated fats. That's worth thinking about. Practical steps. Reduce industrial seed oils, soybean, corn, canola, safflower, sunflower, grapeseed. Be smarter eating out. Restaurant fryer oils are a major exposure source. Upgrade your proteins, grass-fed beef, lamb, pasture-raised eggs, thoughtfully sourced poultry. Improve omega-3 balance, sardines, salmon, mackerel. And be careful with healthy processed snacks. Health halos can be misleading. One important reality, this is not overnight. Your tissues adapt slowly. Metabolism changes over time. So think, consistent progress, not perfection. If you struggle with chronic inflammation, fatigue, stubborn weight gain, insulin resistance, metabolic dysfunction, food quality may be one of the hidden drivers. At Total Health Center, we focus on uncovering root causes, not just masking symptoms. If this video helped you, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who still thinks margarine was the healthier choice. This is Dr. Scott, and that's today's health tip.